what you achieve, it's what you overcome. That's what defines your career. You should always choose a job you love, and you'll never have to work a day on your life. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session on creating career best. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Jisha, and I'm happy to be welcoming all of you to this session on Enlight series for B School students organized by Trivandrum Management Association. Today, we are all graced with the presence of Mr. Sreekanth Arimanithaya, Global Talent and Enablement Services Leader of EY GDS, who will be enlightening us with his words. I also welcome Wing Commander Ragashri D. Nair, who is a chairperson for TMA Student Chapter and co-chair and group CEO of Medicaid Ethos Private Limited. I take this opportunity to greet and welcome Dr. Rajesh Spaingavil, Professor and Head of the Department, Rajdhani Business School. I would like to heartily welcome the faculty members of all the institutions who are a part of the TMA. Last but not the least, let me welcome all the dear students for whom we are organizing this Enlight series for. Hope this session proves to be beneficial for all of you. Thank you all and have a great time ahead.
Thank you, Jisha. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
It is a great privilege to have you. I don't know whether I can call you Sri, but I'll keep it formal. Mr. Sreekanth, Arimanithaya. It is my privilege to welcome you to the 4th Enlight series of talks for the Student Chapter of Trivandrum Management Association. As you all know, he is the Global Talent and Enablement Services Leader of EY, Global Delivery Services. And there are a great many reasons why his story and his views on creating the best, the career best, will be very interesting to this audience of seasoned managers and budding management professionals of Trivandrum. As you all know, I don't know how many of you know about this, but Sreekanth grew up in the heart of Trivandrum and perhaps would have gone to become a priest. His parents wanted him to become a doctor, but destiny had some other plans. He did his master's in social work from Loyola College of Social Sciences in Sreekanth, Trivandrum, where he topped the university with a gold medal and the Matthew Memorial Award as topper in personal management. His diligence and brilliance took him to challenging assignments with various corporate entities in India and abroad. He has worked on key leadership roles for top multinationals like Britannia, Toyota, Philips, General Electric, and CA Technologies, to name a few. He has over 2 decades of multifaceted experience in business transformation, HR management, supply chain, IT, quality, which includes total quality management, people capability maturity model, Six Sigma, customer operation performance center. His performance in USA brought him an appearance on the cover page of America's leading and popular HR magazine, earned him the Steve Award for Best HR Organization not once but twice. At the peak of this, he followed his heart and returned to India. That speaks volumes about him as a person. He has experience in manufacturing, FMCG, software, ITES, and BPO sectors in global business environment, and is known for his expertise in transforming organizations through HR and building innovative HR practices to drive excellence and growth. Wherever he worked, Sreekanth made a lasting impact on the working culture of the organization because of his intellectual honesty, enthusiasm, personal contact, and problem-solving approach. He is presently driving a complete reimagination of the talent function at EY Global Delivery Services as the global talent leader. He prioritizes organizational culture, diversity, inclusion, learning, growth, and high performance to build a strong workforce who is future ready at EY and beyond. Sreekanth will be sharing some very valuable and unique insights with you, the wisdom he gained over 2 decades of experience in steering various facets of management and leadership. In some of the well-known forms aspire to follow in his footsteps. Please make the most of it. May I now request, sir, to kindly enlighten the students and all the budding entrepreneurs as well as management professionals who are present today to hear you. Thank you so much. The floor is all yours, virtually.
Hey, good morning, good evening to all, and Wing Commander Rajashree, thank you very much for inviting me and giving me an opportunity to talk to young students and budding entrepreneurs. As Rajashree mentioned, I have around 27 years of experience. Today, I would like to talk next to half an hour on a very interesting topic, which I used to deliver in many universities and many organizations over the last 2 decades. Career best, or creating career best, it is yours to build it. In 27 years back, if I really reflect my career growth, in 1993, I passed out from Locus School of Social Science. From that day, we never had a campus placement in Loyola. Every student has to find his or her job by herself. So I started my career. Apart from talent, I had the business. I worked in US as well as transformed many businesses. I would like to spend next half an hour reflecting my learnings in form of a small module called Creating Career Best. It is yours to build it. Nobody will build it for you. You have enough network around you. You have a lot of resources around you. You have to build your career by yourself. 2 reasons. One, if you build it by yourself, you can build a unique career path like you. All of us are unique. No human being is identical. All of us are unique, and our uniqueness should be nurtured carefully to build a career which we aspire or which we cherish. So with this caption, it is yours to build it. I would like to share my thoughts in next 20-25 minutes, then we'll open up for questions. The biggest lesson I learned in my career, if I reflect, is well said by Oliver Holmes. What lies behind you and what lies before you are tiny matters when compared to what lies within you. So I have seen when it comes to career, many people complain that, I don't have enough resources. I am studying in not in a big engineering college or MBA college. I come from a village. So a lot of things you can look behind and criticize and blame. And I also have seen a lot of people in career blaming what is happening in front of them. I don't have an opportunity. I did not the role. My manager was not good. My professor did not take care of me. All this kind of things is what lies in front of you. And what kind of a pedigree is bring is what lies behind you. Both are irrelevant in career management. What is relevant in career management is what lies within you. What is lying with you? Your knowledge, your skills, your attitude, your aspirations, as well as your mindset is what lies beneath you. And you need to discover that, nurture that, what is lying with you, rather than blaming what kind of a route I took it or blaming the opportunities around you. So with that, I would like to really talk about some of the challenges today organizations and students are going to face. There are not too many layers available in organization to grow in the organization. Today, many organizations are very flat. Few levels are available for employees to grow. And how do you grow? Functional blocks are disappearing. You may join an organization on a fun function like software engineering, QA, finance, HR, marketing, but do not stick to that functional path. You need to break your functional path and you need to find more space which you can occupy in an organization, expand your horizon, expand your knowledge. So I gave my own example, although I come from human resources, studying MSW, not even MBA. So I never constrained myself as a human resource professional. I always think I'm a leader of a business. As a result, I managed mergers and acquisition. I was a CIO. I was a managing director in my previous organization. Today, apart from human resources, I also do a business role. So functional blocks are disappearing. Do not keep any functional blocks that this is what I studied, this is what I got a job. I will only look at vertically, how can you grow? Grow horizontally and broaden your horizon. Number of promotion is not indication of growth. I always see people say I got promoted, I did not get promoted. So number of promotion is not a criteria. Acquiring competence is the focus. Focus on managing and controlling earlier days. Today focus on leading and liberating. And earlier focus was unilateral, my and my manager. Today you need to get multiple stakeholders in organization, their feedback, and consider them as resources. Earlier management positions as a development opportunity. Today individual contribution and technology positions also available as a development opportunity. Earlier people were focused on local careers, like I studied in Trivandrum, I need to get a job in Trivandrum. So today people are moving out and making their career, especially when you are young. If you can expand your career is very, very important. If I add a couple of other dimensions here, earlier people were having a lot of job opportunity. Today, because of digital automation, you don't have enough opportunity in traditional jobs. Today, job opportunities are available in non-traditional areas. So I always say AI, ML or digital technology will not replace you. But not knowing these digital assets like AI, ML and other digital technology, you will be irrelevant. So that will not replace you. You can be irrelevant if you don't learn these technologies. So these are the very, very important dimensions you need to understand how organizations are changing. In future, we have a lot of gig jobs available in marketplace. In fact, we are working with, EY is working with the Kerala government to populate a lot of gig, or what do you call it, as freelancing job. When you pass out of university after 2-3 years, you will find untraditional jobs like freelancing, gig economy. So how do you prepare yourself? We have developed a curriculum to be relevant in gig economy, and how can you be a freelancer in future. And I'm happy to share that in some of the forums, how you can be a gig worker in future. With that introduction, I would like to really share an interesting model which I learned, which may be very useful as you start considering getting into corporate life. And those who are in corporate, you may be stuck in your current organization, and how can you grow in an organization. So EY is a company, have a purpose. We called building a better working world is our purpose. And one of the competencies we look at people is called curiosity. So we have a lot of better questions we expect employees to ask us. And these better questions leads better answers and help us to build better working world. So one of such better questions I would like to ask you today: could your career journey be as unique as you are? Can you do that? Yes, possible. So if I reflect my 27 years of career, my career journey is unique, like me. So everyone is unique in this session, and you need to find that unique career path, and you need to build it, and it's yours to build it. So that's one of the better questions I would like to ask and challenge you. Can you build a career path which is as unique as you? Do not look at traditional, conventional career paths. Challenge yourself into an entrepreneurship journey. Challenge yourself into a freelancing economy. Challenge yourself into areas which you never ventured, but you want to learn more and more opportunity. So this is the first framework I want to share it with you. It is all about creating career best require 3 dimensions we call top. One is you should have talent. Second one is you should find the right organization or right role. And the next one is you should have the passion. If we can assimilate these 3, you can build your career best: the talent, the passion, and the role or organization. I have seen in in many companies I worked, there are many talented people, no doubt about it, but they could not grow, or they could not find a job in an organization because they lack passion. Passion is the energy which we look in young leaders. I have seen a person with a lot of energy and passion and enthusiasm, but that person does not have talent to get a job. And I have seen people with the talent and passion, but they're struggling because they did not find the right role to grow in an organization. So if you can assimilate all the 3, you can create career best. So career best doesn't happen accidentally. Career best, you cannot wait that them to happen. You need to take control of yourself, and you need to get out of your comfort zone. When you get out of comfort zone, you'll find the career best. Many people have different types of comfort zone. I can't take risk. That's one comfort zone one person have. I can't work hard because I need to sleep at 9 o'clock. I can only get up at 8 o'clock. That's somebody's comfort zone. So everybody have some kind of comfort zone. You need to get out of that comfort zone and challenge yourself. Then you find a career best. In my lessons learned in my life, the biggest differentiation for a career best is passion and energy. And I recommend you to read an excellent article. I will send it to Ragashri. It's called Manage Your Energy, Not Time. If you manage time, time is finite. In a day, 24 hours. But successful people, the success is defined by what you do in 24 hours. I can sleep 24 hours. I can do many things 24 hours. Still, I can complain that I don't have time. So manage your energy. There are 4 types of energy you need to manage. One is the physical energy. Your ability to get up at the morning 4:30, 5 o'clock and continue to study and work till night 11 o'clock require a lot of physical energy. You can't get tired. You need to keep moving as the day progresses. That's the physical energy. Second one is mental energy. Your ability to connect with people, your ability to relate with people, your ability to build relationship is emotional energy. You cannot throw your emotional tantrums to others. You need to have maturity. Third one is, we call it as intellectual energy. You need to learn and learn and learn and know more and more things. Today, lot many things to do and lot many things to learn. And even if you learn 24 hours, it is not sufficient. So how do you create intellectual energy? The last one is called spiritual energy. Spiritual energy is not religion. Spiritual energy is not doing yoga. Spiritual energy is defining a purpose for you. And you drive your energy around that purpose. So these are the 4 types of energy you need to nurture: the physical, the emotional, intellectual, and what do you call it as emotional, spiritual, and the purpose, that's the spiritual. So these kind of 4 energies is what you need to accumulate. And once you see this energy in a person, we call the person is very passionate. And the passion is the differentiator for building career best. Now let me illustrate that in a small diagram. So this is a 4 quadrant. The horizontal quadrant is passion, and the vertical quadrant is talent. And box A is a person who have highest talent and highest passion. Box A is person with highest passion and less talent. Box B is a person with highest passion and highest talent. And box C is a person with a high talent and low passion. Box D is person with low passion and low talent. But when you start your career, when you redefine your career, you start in a box called A. The person is full of passion, full of energy, what we discussed, the intellectual, the physical, the emotional, and this person is demonstrating this energy. But his or her challenge is, how do I navigate into the next level? We call it as high energy and high passion. A person in box B, the biggest challenge is, it is like riding a bicycle or standing on a conveyor belt. You need to keep on moving. You need to keep on learning. You need to keep on contributing. And you cannot stay. If you stay, you will fall down. But in life, I have seen people in B, after some time, they can get into a box C. Hope you can hear me. Ragashri, can you hear me? I saw your screen got frozen. Hope my network is fine. Can anybody acknowledge? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's audible, sir.
Yes. Jisha?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
So box C. Okay, thank you. So you sit in a box B where you have high energy and high talent, but it's very difficult to maintain that. I have reflecting 27 years of my career. Although I have a lot of energy, passionate and talented, I continuously enhance my intellectual energy through reading, learning, but sometimes I get into a box called C. I lose passion. And once you lose passion, you lose focus on your job. You stop learning. You stop investing in yourself. So don't get into box C, try to stay in box B. All of us tend to get into box C for a day or a week. In fact, yesterday I was in box C. I had a very bad day in my office. So I was in box C yesterday. My challenge is, how do I get back into box B by Monday? So I will reflect a lot what went wrong in yesterday, some of the meetings. I was not happy the way it should have done it. But if I stay there complaining about it, and I will stay there for a week, there's a chance that I drop into a box called a D. D is dead. No passion, no talent. And a person in D, his biggest challenge is getting back into box A and regain his energy or her energy back. So please reflect yourself and ask, where are you in this chart? Are you in A with a lot of energy but lacks certain talent? Or are you in B with a lot of energy and talent, but you find to stay there for a long time? How can I stay there forever? Career best are created in box B. Or you may be in C. I started losing interest in job. I started losing interest in life, but I need to get back into box B. If I stay there for a long time, I can get into box B. And some of you may be in box D who don't know. I don't know. So you need to identify yourself where you are, and your biggest challenge is to get back into box B with high passion and high talent. With that, I would like to ask you another better question. The first better question which I asked you was what? Can you build a career best as unique as you? Each one is unique. I have seen people, great leaders, come from very different background. Nobody is identical. I have seen many leaders. They have their own journey, and which is unique identity of themselves. I have a unique identity. Many of you have unique identity. So can you build a career as personal as yours and be successful in that? Now, second better questions I am going to ask you is, what if your career don't follow a familiar path but forged a new one? There are a lot of familiar paths like engineering, doctors, teaching. These are familiar path. I reflect, I have 2-3 unfamiliar path come. From again, I top density at that time. Then I went into MSW. So I worked in not traditional jobs of HR. I worked in as a CEO, mergers and leader, and today also, apart from talent, I have functional roles. So can you forget traditional path and create something very new? I have seen many creating. Yes, it is possible. So next few minutes, I'm also checking the time. Next few minutes, I would like to really talk to you to another interesting perspective. And I recommend this book. At the end of the presentation, I'll send this deck to Rajashri. This deck have a lot of 4 books I recommend you to read, especially faculty members and entrepreneurs should read it. It's a great book on how do you build your career. So next model after top, talent, passion, and organization, I want to recommend is called career stages. Like life, you have career stages. In life, you have stages when you are mother's womb, then you're born as a neonatal, or you're born as a baby, then you become an adolescent, you become a middle-aged person, an old-age person, then all of us die one day, get into Tom. So womb to Tom, you have stages. Every stages in life, you have challenges. When you are a baby, your challenge is how to walk. When you are an adult, your challenge is how to become an independent worker. When you become a careerist, your challenge is how do I build a family? How do I get married? After family, how do I nurture kids? So every stages in career, so life, you have challenges, and you need to develop yourself to meet that challenges. So Dalton and Thompson, 2 industrial psychologists, 40 years back did research and published a book called Novation. If you remove innovations, you get a word called novation. It's a legal word called renegotiating your contract. So every one of us, as we move into one stage to another stage of career, you have to renegotiate yourself. How do you renegotiate? What are the challenges to renegotiate is this book called Innovation. So as per Novation, there are 4 stages in career: learn, do, guide, and shape. The first stage is learning. Many of your students, your biggest challenge today is how do I learn? After learning, your biggest challenge is after engineering or MBA, how do I find a job and start doing something which is useful for me and the organization and family? After some time, once you get a job and become 4 or 5 years, your job become, how do I become a mentor and a coach and a guide for others through managerial or leadership role? Once you get that after some time, 10 years or 15 years of experience, your challenge is how do I shape a business? How do I shape a community? How do I shape a family with my vast experience and leadership journey? So these are the 4 challenges. And every stage have its own unique competencies. In learning stage, you need to be a good learner. I always believe nobody can teach anybody. Only people can learn from others. I can force you to attend this kind of seminar and talk 5 hours, but your mind may be something. I cannot force you to learn. I cannot teach you, but you can learn. Once you attend this kind of things, read books, you can learn a lot and manage your career better than ever before. So the first one is be a willing learner throughout your career. Learning never stops, and don't try to be taught. Always learn. The professors can only create curiosity on the topic. You have to learn and learn and learn by yourself. So that's the first stage. There are a lot of challenges I'm not getting in this book. You can read it, how to become a good learner. Once you learn, your next one is how can I do with a less mistake? How can I do consistently? And how can I get credibility of repeated delivery after delivery after delivery? After that, your biggest challenge is how can I coach and mentor others? And the last one is how can I shape businesses and transform businesses? I have seen in my life people retire at doing itself because they're never able to become guide and coach for others. They make a title of a manager and a leader, but still their mentality is in doing stage. In order to guide others, you need to have a selfless career. You cannot focus yourself alone. Whatever you learned, you share with others. You need to teach others to come up in the life. And some people retire at guiding stage. They never can be a leader who can transform a business. They can never be a leader who can transform a function. They never can be a leader who can transform a community. That requires inspirational leadership of really creating a purpose and driving people around the purpose is we call leadership. So your challenge is how do I learn, do, guide, and shape? So in this slide, I have given what are the challenges of learning phase, what are the challenges of shaping phase. In the interest of time, I don't get into the details, but I want to summarize the 4 stages model of learn, do, guide, and shape with a few comments. You have 2 choices. One, you can be individually brilliant, and you can be an individual contributor and individually brilliant and keep on doing yourself. Or other option is you can leverage others. They are your individual brilliant for the others to perform rather than you put yourself and keep on performing. So these are the 2 choices. Each choices have its own credits and its own opportunity. The second one is do not skip stages. Some people have seen, sir, I learned. Now let me do myself. No, you have to learn. In 4 years, engineering has to be done in 4 years. If you are joining an organization as a management trainee with the 2 years, I want to get promoted as manager. I said, first do and get credibility. Without, you lose credibility of doing yourself. You learn half. You demonstrated half. Now, how can you teach others and demonstrate to others how to do? So do not skip necessary between business. I'm shaping lives of many people who depends on me. But when you get into shape, you continue to learn, never stop learning. And never stop doing yourself. Today I'm doing a lecture. I cannot delegate that to others. I have to represent myself. So I have to do myself. Having guiding and coaching millions, hundreds of people. Continue to do, guide and yourself. The last one, when you navigate from one stage to another stage, certain things you have to give up, especially when you need to shift focus from yourself to others, because you are leveraging others. So you need to, without that, you cannot. That I would like to show. I'm happy to take any questions at the end. Another interesting thing I learned in my life is another excellent book written by Claudio Fernando, who is a managing partner in Egon Center. Egon Center is the world's largest leadership headhunting firm. So Egon Center has a very good model based on the research. The growth of any individual, you should have career trajectory. Or career trajectory, you cannot perform in any organization. You cannot move. You need to build our career trajectory. The first and foremost thing in career trajectory is you perform today and plan for tomorrow. If you are a student, perform, learn and score very well. If you are already got into a job, perform in the current job. So performance is the key word in corporate world today. Or performance is the key word in wherever you go. Without performance, you cannot grow in future. So performance is defined as you need to ask your question, how did the execute in 10th grade? How did you do it in +2? How did you do it in the last few semesters? If you're already working somewhere, I need to understand how did you do in the last job when I interview somebody. So I need to understand the question, how did you? That will determine your future growth. And that's the reason in your last job, when I interview students, I ask them how the student performed as a kid, how he or she performed in the university, how he or she performed in the semesters. Performance is very, very important. Then readiness. You performed very well in the university. I interviewed as a management trainee. Then I need to, are you ready to take a bigger job in the corporate? The readiness comes from what kind of competencies you have. What is your identity? Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Are you a team player? Are you a collaborator? Are you a person who can inspire others? What is your identity? Each one of us have an identity. And that identity is what you need to demonstrate in an organization. And we need to have a cultural fit. Will this person fit into my organization culture? Will this person fit into my ways of working? And what is his or her personality? These are the questions we ask in readiness. You may be a past extraordinary results, but we also look at this person, is it ready to take a higher growth in an organization? Then potential. Potential is what is innate. You are not a demonstrator because you never got an opportunity to demonstrate it. All of us have phenomenal potential, but how do you discover your potential and unearth the potential and liberate the potential into performance? One of the examples of potential is curiosity. Does this person ask questions? In EY, we call, does this person ask better questions so that I can provide better answers and build a better working world? Without curiosity, you never can grow in your career. When we are a child, we'll ask our parents why the birds only can fly, why the ocean is blue. These kind of questions we ask. Once we grow into an adult, our curiosity dies because we have an ego. I know everything. If I ask questions, I will be perceived as a person who doesn't know anything. So don't stop asking questions. Have curiosity. Have insight on the topic. Did engage with your stakeholders. Engage with activities around you. Don't isolate. Have determination to do something. These are the potential traits, what we look at. Then develop. Learn, and learn. The learning starts with self-awareness of what I know, what I don't know. Learning starts with stretched assignments. Do not set limits. Oh, I am an HR guy, I can't learn technology. Who said? You may not be an engineer, still you can learn technology in corporates. Oh, I am a technologist, I can't learn finance. Who said? So have a self-awareness and stretch strengths. Innate strength, you have to stretch it. We say in EY, unless you push your boundaries, you never can break it. You have to push your boundaries and break it and liberate yourself. Overcome blind spot. All of us have certain blind spot, which we are not aware of it. But our friends and our teachers can point out our blind spot. Gain skills and experiences and check identity. What kind of identity I want to build in the society? Sri, I have an identity in my corporate. Sri, I have an identity in my community which I live. I have an identity in family I live. That identity makes you different. Create an identity of yourself. And that's why I called build a career which is unique, which suits your personality. As unique as you, build a career. That's what I advise to young people. Do not follow others' career pattern. Break conventional career pattern and do something and create your own identity. That's what we need to look at. So I'm just checking time. I'll take 5-10 minutes to wrap up. Next one I want to share with you is when you really look at this model, career trajectory, certain things in life is very easy. Acquiring skills is very easy. Acquiring knowledge is very easy. And identity, acquiring your identity or building a unique identity is relatively easy. But challenging your fundamental traits or personality and motivational drivers is a little difficult. But the real change you can drive in an organization is when you change your traits and identity and motivational drivers. Once you understand this motivation, what motivates me? Is money motivates me? Is it power motivates me? Is it commanderial friendship motivates me? And what kind of traits I have? Is I a person, I'm a lonely person, or I'm a collaborator? So once you understand your identity, traits, and motivational drivers, which is in fact difficult to change, but if you can consciously change at the early part of your career from studentship, you will see a better world around you and you will build a better career around you. So my friends, I appeal, continue to develop your knowledge and skill and identity, build a unique identity and challenge your traits and challenge your motivational drivers, build right and identity and fit for purpose in today's world. That's the biggest. That's the reason I coach many people. Easy to coach on skills and knowledge. You do a course, you can get. But very difficult to, but the people who are successful today in world have done it consciously, challenge their identity, traits, and motivational drivers. If you can do that, you can make a huge difference in this world. So with that, 6 questions yourself as you take your career. One is, what are your career developmental goals? What are your strength and passion? What could hold you back in organization and in corporate? What could you do to help achieve your goals? What action will I take tomorrow? And what's the impact? What the questions you need to ask? And another better questions from EY. How can what you learn transform you, who you become? It's another very important question. It's you need to learn a lot about yourself. You need to learn and introspect and transform into a person whom you want to become. My friends, I will tell you, my greatest transformation in my life happened when I was studying in Loyola School of Social Sciences. I come from a priest family, not to do that well. I was an introvert. English was my second language. I was not good in English. If 5 students come in front of me, I turn my face and go away because I get nervous. If I keep my hand like straight like this, when I was a student, I used to shiver like this because of lack of confidence and inferiority complex about who I am. My identity was bothering me. I come from a family where no much identity. I'm the first person to come from priesthood and get to the corporate world. So I consciously transformed myself, and Loyola helped me to transform. And how did I transform? I have a slide, I'll send it to you. I don't have right now. It's like a pyramid. First, experience is the bottom of the pyramid. The next one is beliefs. The third one is values, and the fourth one is behavior results. So all of us are victims of our own experiences. My experience when I got into Toyota made me to believe certain things in life which is not conducive to become a successful person. And that beliefs have created a value system in my mind. That value system drove my certain behavior. And that behavior given certain actions in me and certain results. If I want to change the results to become a better, I need to challenge my own experience. Toyota provided unique experience for me to change my beliefs and values and behavior and actions, and through the results I drove, if I look back 27 years, thankful to the God, because of the unique experience and the learning I consciously took in my life brought me here. So my friends, today the world wants transformative leaders, not transactional leaders. Transformative leaders lead with heart and head, and they give both hands. Credibility, they never hold back. They give their best. Transformative leaders lead to win. They don't lead not to lose. It's like playing a football. If you are leading to not to lose, you'll be defending your goalpost. For you, draw is okay. But if you are leading to win, you will be in opponent's post, where you will take a risk. For you, draw is not okay in life. I want to win. So lead to win, not lead not to lose. Transformative leaders lead to win with the core, with a purpose in their life, their passion, and passion will fuel actions. Today we want actions around, and please build a career which is as unique as yourself, and control your destiny or someone else will. That's what Noel Mtchi, who is a management author, who he also said, control your destiny. So control, it is in with you. And the last one, I want to just leave the thought with you. Success is where opportunities meet. Preparation is important to meet the success through an opportunity. In order to increase the probability, we need to perform as a student perform. Not only in classes, in sports, in extracurricular activity, perform. Invest in yourself. Investing in and traits, change your traits. You can change. The people who change their identity, traits, and beliefs and values are successful. Skills and competence is easy to acquire, but fundamentally changing an identity is difficult. For that, you have to invest consciously. Adapt. We are living in a vulnerable world. I may plan a lot of things today, but COVID has hit me badly. So you need to adapt, control your destiny. That's why I said through perform, invest, and adapt. That's what I want to share with you. Very happy to take any questions. Ragesh, I hope what I shared makes sense. Very happy to take any questions.
Absolutely. We are enthralled the way you have handled. In fact, I would request if you could speak about 7 mantras. I read quite a lot about various articles written about you. In that, there was one article which had mentioned specifically about 7 mantras that you believe in. How to make life a success, as well as your experience in Toyota, where I believe 200 odd villagers were taken to Japan, if I'm right. And you had to pool in money to send them back after the, until that. How you made a difference. So when you spoke about Toyota, I thought that would probably motivate students as to how things are when there are bottlenecks.
Yeah. So the first and foremost thing in terms of the secret mantras and everything, if you really reflect a little bit, creating a purpose in life is so important for me. And I've seen successful leaders create a purpose in life. And the purpose, when you build it, you can ask certain questions for your purpose. Why I shape the planet? Is it only for making money and growing and having fabulous and flats and cars? Is that the purpose? It can be purpose in the early part of your life. I know when I start my career, my first purpose, earning so that I can support my family. Second purpose, having a house for my parents. Purpose can be made stick only to material purpose in life. For that, you need to ask, who am I? What motivates me? And how can I really change others? And how can I contribute to their learning and success? So the purpose has to be beyond you. It has to be to a communication and industry. Connect that kind of a purpose. You will win a lot in your life. First ask question, who am I? What do I like and what I don't like? And how can I influence others? And how can clear purpose is very, very important. Then going back into a question in Toyota, I always believe a statement which one of my friends reflected very nicely with me. If you want to go fast, go alone. Isn't it? Sometime I go with my wife for walking, but I would like to walk fast, and I have to keep on telling my wife, come fast, we need to walk fast. But if you are decided to walk fast, go alone, don't take anybody with you. But if you want to go far, difference between fast and far means a long distance you want to cover, take people along with you. You cannot travel alone. You want to go. I have taken people along with me in 27 years of my career. Still, I meet my professors who taught me, my good childhood friends, the people who work with me are still with me. My family, my extended family are with me. My sisters, my brothers, I take care of my community around. So if you want to go far, take people along with you. Toyota is a good example. When Toyota was hiring workers, I went to villages in Karnataka and given maximum number of opportunity to rural villages. And I've seen how they struggle in their life when I hire IT operators in manufacturing unit. Many of them come to final interview in Toyota in Bangalore from villages. And they used to come and tell, sir, in order to travel, the first time I'm visiting Bangalore, I never seen my Bangalore. Farmers used to come, they come with parents and said, my son's job is a dream for me. And they used to tell his family also. And they cry and say, sir, I go back, even I come from far to go back. So a lot of interesting lessons I learned in life. If I summarize it, or you take people along with you, their blessing, their support, the relationship is so important for you. Yeah. Anything else from the participants or any?
Hello, Raghashi madam.
Or reflection?
Can I make a question?
Please, Nahas, go on.
Good.
Sure.
Shriji, I'm Nahas, MC member Trivandrum Management Association. Can you, is it audible?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, audible.
Yes, very much. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Really, I saw a wonderful leadership qualities from you. I heard your speech. It was wonderful, very inspiring to me. It is inspiring to all the students. I know 2-3 points here. The one you talked about, one way is performance. Performance, and there is another word, same to it, of perfection. How do you connect performance and perfection? And the second is qualification and competency. And the third one is identity and recognition. How do you connect these things, sir? Because it is really these 3 points are very much connected. Performance and perfection, qualification and competency, identity and recognition.
Absolutely. I think this is a great point. The first one is performance and perfection. I think one thing I learned in my life, the definition of perfection is inbuilt in that. And I remember one of my leader in G when I was working in General Electric, early part of my career. He used to tell the most beautiful thing he can do in life is perform and perform to perfection. And do not set any mediocrity in any organization. Do not accept any substandard performance around you. So the good performance, perfection is inbuilt in that. Again, there's a small difference in perfection, definition of perfection. In waterfall way, perfection is the end goal. In agile methodology, perfection is a journey. You please note, this is a big difference. In waterfall thinking of old world things, I want perfection. I will not expose myself to others as a leader until I'm perfect. That perfection never will come. Perfection is a journey. And you need to have a mindset that every step I take, I will make it better and learn from that. And today's, you can fail. Failure doesn't come on the way of perfection. When you fail, how can you learn from that? So every day you have to make it better by learning. So one way, performance is the beginning. Perfection is a journey. And you have to do it in agile way, learn every point of your journey and reflect. Then you can make perfection. There is a theory called the Kono's theory in Japanese. Perfection is a myth. Perfection is a myth, and it's contextual. But in order to achieve that perfection, the journey you take of renovating yourself and learning yourself is, for me, is perfection. It's a journey, it's not a destination. That's what I learned. Nobody's perfect, but people are perfect once they accept that they are not perfect and they are willing to change themselves every day. Is called perfection for me. The second one, qualification and competences. Qualification is a sheet of paper. It doesn't mean anything. Competency is what you learn in that qualification. What is the outcome of that is, and competence and capacities are also important in the world. The qualification may teach you only competency, but confidence to perform that and the capacity to do that is very important. But his ability to play in a Venkat Stadium in Mumbai in a peak of summer in a floodlight without getting tired is the capacity is built it through regular workout and regular exercise. So qualification is only a means, but end is competency. Competency alone is not sufficient. You should have capacity and confidence to perform that competency. With competency, I've seen very competent people, but they don't have capacity to sustain in the world of ever-changing world. They fail and they become irrelevant. You need to make yourself relevant by continuous learning. The last one is, what was the last two one? I forget, sorry.
Identity and recognition. Identity,
you said,
identity and recognition.
Okay, identity. And yeah, absolutely. Great question. I'm a psychology student. I will answer a little in a psychological way. There are two kinds of people in the world. One is internal locus of control and external locus of control. Internal locus of control is you get energy from within. I don't want any rewards and recognition or increment or promotion. I am self-driven. That is identity of myself. And recognition is I want every time external reinforcement to me, saying that I'm good, Sri, you have done a great job. So I'm a person who have a lot of believe in identity. You need to build your own identity, which you get energy within. No external energy is required. But some people require external energy in form of recognition. So my strongest recommendation, I mentioned earlier, build a unique identity for yourself and get energy within that. And recognition is not a bad word. Small recognition always motivates us and makes us better.
Thank you.
Hope I answered.
Thank you, Ji.
Thank you. Yeah.
Couple of questions. One is.
Hey, Ragashri, go ahead. Yeah, you are not audible, Ragashri. Can you come closer to the mic?
Okay, can you hear now?
Little better, but not very well. But go ahead.
I think there is some problem with my network. Pardon that. How do you align a high position, high passion, high talent employee with the organization goal and objective?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the book I recommended to read is called Edward Sheen's Career Anchors. So successful career have three dimensions. One is your passion and energy and your career aspiration and organizational requirement and societal expectation. If you can understand all the three, you can make a good career. Your identity, your passion, your energy, organizational requirement, and societal expectation. For that, I always recommend people to do 2-3 things to align organizational objectives and individual aspiration. The first one is communicate, communicate, and communicate. Communicate is a two-way. You meet, organization at the end of the day is your manager or a leader whom you recognize in the organization. So communicate to that leader about your career aspirations, your objectives and passion in life. And also learn from that leader what organization today require from him. If you can bridge that gap of your aspirations and organizational expectation through a person by name manager or a guide or a coach you identified an organization and communicate and listen, then you can make a huge difference. The second one is learn, learn, and learn. You need to learn how organizations are changing, how organizations are shaped. Today, you have to learn the different stakeholders in an organization. Let them know your existence. You build relationship to learn more about them and the organizational expectations and aspirations. So network, learn, and nature whom you need to communicate and listen to that person aligned the purpose and your aspiration with that. What was the second question, Ragashri? I think that's the way you should align. Anything I left?
No. I was the question had just one part, that how individual, because keeping in mind the attrition in an organization, an employee who is highly talented and who has the grit that you had shown, talent and passion. How do you avoid the attrition of such individuals? Because obviously the organization will lose out if an employee wants to move out, you know.
Yeah, again, actually very difficult to hear you properly. Yeah. If you don't mind, come closer. Come to the voice you need to increase. I don't know. There
is echoing. Is it?
Maybe if the question is in the chat box, I can pick it up. Let me see if it's in the chat box.
I think these are all direct questions, so it has come to me. So probably.
I don't know. It's only for me. Okay. Can you repeat once again, or
identity? Avoid attrition of a high-performing individual. Mukesh, can you repeat that question? Mukesh?
Hello.
Just repeat the question that I have asked, if you have heard me.
Sri, I can hear you, ma'am.
Okay, I'll call you on phone and ask.
Okay.
Can anybody any other questions you can?
So there is a question in the chat box, sir.
Saturday evening, I don't. What is that? Can you read it for me, please?
Yes, sir. There's a question in the chat box. Keeping someone as role model versus imitation. Will you please elaborate? This is a question from Mr. Yes, sir. This is a question from Mr. George Koshi. Yeah. Keeping someone as role model versus imitation. Will you please elaborate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a great question. I think go back into my fundamental beliefs, which I mentioned in the very part of the session. Have your own identity and uniqueness. As unique as you need to build your career. So you need not imitate anybody. Imitation is also not a wrong word. If you ask me, all of us imitate or unconsciously. First of all, I want to clarify, imitation is not a bad thing in life. But imitate the right behavior, which is acceptable in an organization. Do not imitate wrong behavior. I've seen unconscious imitation, a lot of bad behavior, unconsciously we imitate. Don't do that. But good imitation is nothing wrong. And there's a difference between imitation and role model. Role model is basically a person who has been very successful in life, who has done something which you get energy from. And you get a belief that, yes, I can also do the same thing this person has done it. It is possible. This person looks like me in attitude and beliefs, but he had a wonderful journey in career. So I want to learn from his journey, his role model. But good imitation is nothing wrong. My first boss in Kudramu Kainor company, B. Jairam always used to tell, Sri, I started wearing pants by imitating others. Imitation is not bad, but unconsciously don't imitate bad behavior or bad manners and bad character. Imitate good behavior, use role models to get inspiration and learnings, and do not follow them their path, but their energy and inspiration is very important for you to be successful. With that, Rajesh, if you're okay, I would like to close this with a big thank you. In this, I have shown some good books for reference. Career Dynamics of Edward Sheen, The Confidence Code by Kathy Kay, The Startup of You by Reid Hoffman, and some of the books I've sent it to Rajashri. I have some of the ebooks available, and I'll send my PowerPoint. And the last wisdom is leading others is a noble profession like teaching and medicine. Leadership is an honor. Leadership is a privilege. It's a noble profession. If you can build right leadership competency, you can touch millions of life in the earth. So, my dear friends, you are pursuing a noble profession of leading others, and you're aspiring to it. Comes with a lot of responsibility, a lot of learning, and it have a lot of accountability. So thanks for giving me an opportunity. I'm available in LinkedIn. Any one of you want any help, I'm very happy to do it. Especially, I come from Trivandrum. It's my hometown, and I keep coming. I have two centers in Trivandrum and Cochin. So I'm very happy to meet any one of you once COVID situation changes when I come in person. Thank you very much and wish you all the best.
Dr. Rajesh, are you there?
Now we can hear you, Rajashri, much better.
Dr. Rajesh, are you there? In fact, I had asked this question, how to align high performance, high passion with organizational objective, because to avoid, like say, if an employee is excellent, he may not want to continue in a particular organization beyond the point. So how to align with, for retaining such kind of an individual, because the organization will lose out if they move out.
Yeah, and you're right. You know, the alignment comes from two perspectives. One is individual career aspiration, organizational requirement. It's like a crossroad. And in order to really ensure that good people who are performing and organizations is not aligned with the opportunity they will leave, it's shame on organization. So organization should communicate. That's what I was telling earlier. Communicate and listen to such employees through career aspiration discussions, performance discussion, coaching discussion, so that you can really hear their aspiration and you can align organizational opportunity with this aspiring people. And there are a set of other people who just have performance and passion, so they can be better performers. Some in organization who are very passionate, but they lack skills. Organizations should identify such pieces which require to be successful. So these are the three scenarios I mentioned. Highly successful person, passionate people, wrong role, organization should identify, put him in the right role. A passionate person lacks competency, organization should train that person the skill. A talented person lacks passion, organization should coach and mentor such people and bring passion in them. Without passion, he cannot be successful even though you have skills. Okay. Thank you. So,
yeah, Dr. Rajesh, are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mukesh, has Dr. Rajesh joined?
Yes, he has joined. Yeah.
Hello. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Good evening, ma'am. Hello. Rajesh, good evening. Madam, good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry. Hello, sir. Myself, Dr. Rajesh, professor and head of the Department of Rajayana Business School. I'm very sorry I was not able to join in the beginning. I had some family emergency. So I was supposed to finish that, and then I was rushing from there. And I just I was actually running to to my computer to join with your program. Right? I just parked my car outside, right, and then rushed to my place and then joined the program.
There's no more questions. I'm just wondering.
No issues, sir. Thank you.
Is it okay if we take one more question?
Yeah, okay. No issue. Yeah.
This is about the assessment. The question that has come is about the assessment. The assessment model that an organization follows in each organization, the assessment model is different. trying to identify the training needs. What is the best assessment model? I don't know whether it is right.
That's a great question. No issue at all. The best assessment models are assessment of a person's identity, motivation, and personality or behavior. And any assessment which only focused on technology or technical will not be successful. I always believe that a transformative leadership assessment require a digital skill set or technology, but more important, the mindset. So many of the assessments in traditionally focused on technical skills and competencies or functional skills and domain skills. I'm not telling today's assessment require behavioral competencies, personalities, and traits and motivational levers and identity. Such assessment centers, and if you want to change a person's performance to a quantum level or a different level, you need to go beyond technology domain to make a good leader. So our assessment should focus beyond technology. Okay, ma'am. So can we close the call?
Thank you. May I now request Sajita to propose the vote of thanks, please?
A very good evening to all of you who have gathered here for this webinar. I'm delighted to propose the vote of thanks for today's webinar being hosted by the Students Chapter of Trivandrum Management Association. I express my sincere gratitude to Mr. Sreekanth Arimanithaya for taking the time out to address all of us on the topic Creating Career Best and sharing his thoughts and insights with us. Thank you, sir, for sharing the career best models and inspiring all of us to look into our career growth. I hope the knowledge gained today will help the students in the future for building a very strong and unique career. I would like to thank Trivandrum Management Association for organizing this webinar. A special thanks to Wing Commander Rajashree Nair for her able leadership. Thank you, ma'am. I also take this opportunity to thank all the heads of the department and the faculty who are associated with the Trivandrum Management Association. Last but not the least, I thank all the students present here, and I hope you all will put the insights gained today to good use for a better future, for a good career growth. Thank you all once again. Stay safe. Good night.
Thank you to everyone. And next time, whenever Mr. Sreekanth, you are in Trivandrum, do let us know. We would definitely like you to, have a one-to-one, conversation, and as well as to take you rather than having a virtual platform. It was a great learning, and I'm sure not only Trivandrum Management Association, each one of us has a lot to learn from you. Not only about your experience in the professional aspect, the way you have grown from strength to strength. Thank you so much.